This is a stimulus update and daily news report. Got some big updates to share with you. President Biden is going to give his State of the Union address today and not going to address the Build Back Better, but instead a 4-point economic plan. Also, China plans to help out with the Build Back Better infrastructure for America. I'll give you details on that. When it comes to stimulus check update, could Americans be getting an extra $650 due to stimulus check and up to 70,000 stimulus checks worth up to $1,200 to be sent out in 2 weeks? Are you eligible for one? When it comes to Russia, sanctions have hit the Russian economy really hard. The ruble is crashing. I'll let you know how that affects Russia as well as us, and I'll give you some other important updates as well. Hope you're having a terrific Tuesday. If you appreciate the fact-based, fast-paced updates, hit the like button down below. So Pfizer COVID vaccine was just 12% effective against Omicron in kids age 5 to 11. So there's been a lot of studies of whether or not this is effective. Looks like the results have came out. New York State officials found the effectiveness of Pfizer's vaccine against COVID infection plummeted from 68% to 12% for children age 5 to 11 during the Omicron surge. The dramatic drop in vaccine effectiveness was likely due to lower dosage the youngsters received, and the data comes as New York City plans to end its school mask mandate by March 7th. So looks like there's a big turn when it comes to COVID and vaccines. Things are starting to die down a lot more compared to where it was a few months ago. And today, President Biden is giving his State of the Union speech, and Biden to shift from Hold on. Biden to shift from Build Back a Better bill to 4-point economic rescue plan. So instead of talking about the name of the bill, which is what it's saying here, it's not about the name of the bill, it's about the ideas, it's about lowering costs for families. So this could be the turning point for when it's no longer the Build Back Better. It could have a different name. We're going to find out later today, but it looks like there's going to be 4 parts to this economic plan. I'll give you the details on that tomorrow of what he says. And then also, China willing to work with US on Build Back Better World Initiative. So this is actually surprising. This is coming from the Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. He said this yesterday. He said, "We are also willing to consider coordinating with the US Build Back Better World Initiative to provide the world with more high-quality public goods." He also said he's open to the United States participating in the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, and the Global Development Initiative, a call by Chinese President Xi Jinping in September for all countries to work towards sustainable development. So this could be an opportunity for the US and China to work friendly together. Wang also said that family of openness, inclusiveness, innovation, growth, and connectivity, a win-win cooperation. So we'll see what happens, what comes out of that. Also, when it comes to the Build Back Better exclusive, Rashida Tlaib wants Biden to finish Build Back Better. In an exclusive interview ahead of her remarks, the Democrats said people are counting on Biden to get Build Back Better done. We're going to find out today for sure if it's even a Build Back Better, what's going to come out of it, what they're going to push forward. If you're wondering who Rashida Tlaib is, so she is the one who pushed for the $2,000 monthly check. So Rashida Tlaib and Pramila Jayapal unveiled a bill to provide $2,000 monthly payments to everybody, and that did not go anywhere. Maybe in the beginning pandemic it had a lot of support, but as things have died down, there's no general fourth stimulus check. But there's a lot of smaller state and city stimulus checks. So stimulus check update, could Americans be getting an extra $650 due to stimulus checks? So this is basically talking about tax refunds. The IRS recently released data on tax refunds issued in 2022. The average refund so far is $656 higher than 2021 refund. So that's basically what it's saying here, that because of stimulus checks that people are getting higher tax refunds, but that's where that $650 number comes from. And that's just the rest of the article talking about tax refunds. And then stimulus checks worth $1,500 and $750 going out today. So this is going to 10,000 residents in Alabama. Payments starting February 28th, and I believe they're going through March 11th. And yeah, basically full-time workers get $1,500, part-time employees get $750. Then also we have up to 70,000 stimulus checks worth up to $1,200 to be sent out in 2 weeks. Are you eligible for one? This is talking about the California first round of stimulus checks. So this is the 600 plus 600 equals 1200 type of check. So that's where they're getting that from for couples who would get the $1,200 check. And then the second round was the $1,100 check for couples there or for families there. So that's basically all this article is talking about, how you can still claim it if you haven't gotten that first round of California stimulus check. And then this article here, Supplemental Security Income 2022 update, 7,452 Social Security checks to be sent today. Will you get one? So this number, $7,452. I looked through this whole article and I don't see it anywhere, so I'm not really sure where they come up with this, but SSI payments are set to be sent out on Tuesday, today, March 1st, meaning recipients have just hours to wait before the check should be on the way. And the average SSI payment has gone up from $587 to $621, an increase of $34. So basically, checks are starting to go out today, and I don't know where this number came from, 7,452. Let me know, maybe that's for the year? Maybe I missed something here. I'm not sure, but yeah, let me know if you know what that number means. Anyways, thousands of Americans could receive $1,400 in stimulus lottery. Information on how to do so revealed in just 1 week. So roughly 2,500 low-income Americans will be randomly selected to receive direct stimulus payments worth up to $1,400. This is going on in Iowa City. So it's unclear when applications will open, but more information about the program could be available on March 7th, according to Iowa City Press Citizen. So it looks like there's a lottery system there to get checks there. And then stimulus check update, Mitt Romney proposes new plan for monthly child tax credit payments. So I've spoken about that over the past few days. With his plan, it could give either $350 a month for families with young children or $250 a month for older children. Very similar to the child tax credit. This hasn't really picked up steam. I haven't seen any other politicians push for it, but it has been getting a lot more press lately. I'll keep you updated on that. And then when it comes to what's going on with Russia and Ukraine, Putin is so angry about Ukraine's resistance to his invasion that he might launch a more aggressive attack. So Kiev as well as Kharkiv, I believe, is still under the control of Ukrainians as Russians are going in. Battles are ensuing in the streets. It's a really scary situation, especially for the civilians. A lot of war crimes are being put against Russia because Russia is attacking civilians compared to just military. So things could get worse. I'm not going to get into details of the war part, but I'll talk about the sanctions and how it affects us. The damage is done. Russians face economic point of no return, and Russia's economy gets nailed. What's been done? So if you're curious, what has happened to their economy and how is it going to affect the rest of the world and the US? And most importantly, Russian civilians who are innocent in this whole debacle. Take a look at this video clip right here.
Russia is certainly quickly feeling the impact of sanctions hitting their country, with U.S. now freezing assets of Russia's central bank, and the Russian ruble is crashing in value as Russians feel the economic pinch. Though, is Vladimir Putin feeling any pressure? ABC's James Longman reports in tonight, once again from Moscow.
Moscow feels increasingly like the capital of a police state as Putin isolates Russia from the world. Riot police flooding the center of town are keeping his people at arm's length too. The Kremlin is the most imposing seat of Russian power. The bridge opposite, also the place where almost 7 years ago to the day, Putin's fierce critic, Russian opposition leader Boris Nemtsov, was shot to death. Now, once again, unrest is in the air. Authorities are worried this unpopular war will mobilize dissent. But already it has. More than 5,500 people have been detained by riot police. Their crime? Peacefully protesting. They're anti-war, especially against a close neighbor with whom they have so much in common.
I don't want this war. Almost no one here wants it. I want the whole world to see that we don't want it. We don't want it to weigh on our conscience for decades. I don't want to feel guilty for living here through my whole life.
Putin has carefully cultivated an image as a calculating statesman over the last 20 years, using scare tactics on the West. But in the last week, it's his own people who have perhaps been just as intimidated. The fear was plain to see on the face of his foreign spy chief, who he humiliated during a televised national security meeting last week.
Значит, в противном случае вы предлагаете начать переговорный процесс?
Нет,
Или признавать суверенитет республики?
я
As the chief stammered when questioned, Putin told him to speak clearly and directly.
Говорите прямо.
The official later taking to Russian state television, supporting the aggressive campaign against Ukraine. And there was another even bigger fright days later when Putin played the nuclear card. He claimed to have put his nuclear deterrent into a state of heightened alert. Belarus, a close Russian ally, approving a new constitution, ditching its non-nuclear status, which would open the door for Russia to position nukes even closer to European Union states. But all this has consequences. The world is quickly imposing damning and crippling economic sanctions against Russia, and the sting is already being felt. A lot of countries have already closed their airspace to Russian airlines, and FIFA, football's world governing body, is going to suspend Russia until further notice, meaning their stake in this year's World Cup is in jeopardy. The Russian central bank also shut down stock trading Monday, the ruble already losing more than 30% of its value against the dollar. Fearing they'll be choked off from the global market soon, ordinary Russians have been lining up at banks to withdraw cash. Already $10 billion have been taken out in just 1 week.
These consequences are very unpleasant. I'm used to living in the 21st century where I can just use my credit card. I haven't used cash in 5 years. This will really impact me strongly.
Since the fall of the Soviet Union, middle-class Russians have enjoyed closer economic and cultural ties with Europe, and the thought of going back is a hard pill to swallow for a lot of people here.
Of course I want to travel. I want to witness global achievements, to benefit from them. This is all I want, to travel freely and see how the world develops and be a part of it.
Ordinary Russians are already starting to see their lives change because of sanctions. Vladimir Putin might be able to convince them that it's the West's fault. But what about those closest to him, the elites, the ones who've benefited from the luxurious perks of modern Russian life? Do they really want to follow Vladimir Putin down this apparent path towards Russian isolationism and economic misery?
This war suggests Vladimir Putin is ready to eliminate the progress of the last 30 years. Both the super-rich and ordinary Russians will feel the changes in their own ways. The question is whether anyone can prevent the Iron Curtain from going back up.
Lindsay, the impact of these sanctions is really being felt now. We've seen lines of people trying to get their cash out. But the stock market now, after having been closed today, looks like it's going to be closed for the next few days. There is real concern here about the ruble dropping significantly against the dollar. There is going to be a really difficult period of economic hardship for the people of Russia, and it's going to be up to Vladimir Putin and his inner circle to sell this war to the Russian people.
Unfortunately, the ones who suffer the most with sanctions are Russian civilians who are completely innocent, have nothing to do with it, and then the ramifications, the ripple effect that's going to affect Europe and the rest of the world, including the US, is going to affect lower income people everywhere. As prices get driven up, those higher prices are hit hardest to people with low income or fixed income. So it's just a really unfortunate situation, and it seems that Putin has no idea what's going on, what the end goal is just seems like aggression, and now his ego is taking control. At least that's what I think. Anyways, that is all the news that I have for you today to hopefully brighten your day a bit. Here's my daughter Bella's tip of the day.
Hi guys, this is Bella. This is the tip of the day. I just want to tell you that you should always be grateful what you have. Karma is the one that, so like karma, if you give things out to the world, it comes back to you. Like if you have a friend that is really special to you and you give them a gift and they give you back a gift. That's what karma is all about. Giving gifts. Like if you put silliness out in the world, you'll get silliness back.
Thank you so much for watching. So we are going on a big trip in a couple of days. I'll make the announcement in any day now, but we are going out west, somewhere that we've always wanted to go. I haven't been on an airplane since 2019, so this is a big trip for us. Really excited about it, and we could see snow. So that's a little hint. I'll keep you updated what's going to go on in the future with our trip, and got some free hotels through all the points stuff that I do that I've spoken about earlier on in my channel, 2020. But anyways, if you want to check out my latest video on my Wise Buys channel with some Zip Fizz B12 hydration energy drink, you could click up here, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care, be safe. Thank you for watching.